In the vast universe of Marvel, there are beings whose power challenges the imagination: cosmic gods, galactic entities, and superhumans born from science and tragedy alike. But few comparisons are as fascinating and terrifying as this one: Wonder Man vs. Sentry. Both are among Marvel's most powerful characters, carrying not only immense strength but deep emotional complexity. One is fueled by ionic energy, a man reborn through science who cannot die. The other holds the power of 1,000,000 exploding suns, a godlike being haunted by his own unstable mind. When these two forces collide, the question isn't just who punches harder, it's who breaks first. Wonder Man, the immortal ionic Avenger, represents power balanced by control, the perfect fusion of discipline, emotion, and will. Sentry, the golden guardian of good, represents limitless potential overshadowed by fear, guilt, and madness. So today, we dive into the ultimate Marvel showdown: Wonder Man vs. Sentry, who is stronger, faster, and more powerful. A battle not just of fists and energy, but of will, mind, and identity. The origins: science versus the sun. Every great conflict begins with a story, and in this case, it's the story of two men who became more than human. Simon Williams, known to the world as Wonder Man, wasn't born a hero. He was a man burdened by failure. As the heir to Williams' innovations, Simon's company collapsed under the pressure of competing with Tony Stark's technological empire. Desperate and humiliated, he turned to Baron Zemo, who promised him redemption through science. Zemo's experiments transformed Simon's body into something extraordinary, a being made entirely of ionic energy. Every atom in his body was charged with power, making him immortal, self-sustaining, and nearly indestructible. At first, Zemo used Simon as a weapon against the Avengers. But Simon's humanity refused to die. He betrayed his master, sacrificed himself to save Earth's mightiest heroes, and was later reborn, reconstituted from pure energy. From that day, Wonder Man became a symbol of energy transformed by emotion, power guided by conscience. On the other side stands Robert Reynolds, the man who became the Sentry. A recovering addict, Robert stumbled upon an experimental formula, a twisted recreation of the super soldier serum. When he ingested it, the result was catastrophic. His body absorbed cosmic energy equivalent to 1,000,000 exploding suns. In an instant, Robert became one of the most powerful beings in the universe, rivaling gods like Thor and cosmic forces like Galactus. But this godhood came with a curse. Deep inside him was born a dark reflection, the Void, a being of destruction and fear that mirrored his every thought. So while Wonder Man represents balance, control, and redemption, Sentry embodies chaos, instability, and self-destruction, two living gods born from man's desire to be more than mortal. Strength and durability, the limitless and the infinite. When it comes to strength, both Wonder Man and Sentry stand among the most powerful beings Marvel has ever created. Yet, their power manifests in drastically different ways. Wonder Man's strength is the result of his ionic physiology, an energy body that defies physical limits. He's fought Thor, gone blow for blow with the Hulk, and crushed advanced Ultron models with his bare hands. In West Coast Avengers number 8, Ultron turned Simon's ionic energy against him, using him as a living bomb that destroyed part of Los Angeles. Iron Man's sensors maxed out, and he whispered the words, "The readings are off the chart." Even after the explosion, Wonder Man survived, regenerating himself from dispersed ionic particles. That moment proved his power wasn't biological, it was infinite potential energy. He never tires. He never weakens. His strength is constant and his durability unmatched. Meanwhile, Sentry's strength sits at a cosmic level. He's restrained the Hulk at his angriest, fought the Void, his own dark counterpart, and ripped the god Ares in half. During World War Hulk, his blows shook the planet itself. His power has been described as rivaling a supernova in intensity. However, Sentry's durability is tied to his mind. When calm and confident, he's indestructible. But when doubt, guilt, or the Void's influence creeps in, his power falters. His physical invincibility fades as his psyche fractures. So, in raw physical potential, Sentry stands above. But in consistency and reliability, Wonder Man dominates. Simon's power never flickers. His strength doesn't depend on emotion, it is emotion, stabilized and controlled. Sentry is a supernova, devastating, radiant, but unstable. Wonder Man is an endless reactor, steady, controlled, and eternal. Speed and energy, the lightning and the sun. Speed is not just about movement, it's about reaction, precision, and control. Wonder Man's speed comes from his ionic propulsion, granting him supersonic flight and near-instant reflexes. He can dodge energy blasts, intercept Iron Man mid-flight, and outmaneuver opponents faster than the human eye can track. His ionic senses give him awareness of energy fluctuations around him, almost like a built-in radar that lets him predict attacks before they happen. But Sentry's speed operates on another scale entirely. He can fly from Earth to the Moon in seconds and travel at near-light velocity. He's fought cosmic entities in space and moved fast enough to appear as pure light. However, there's a difference between raw speed and combat speed. While Sentry's travel speed is superior, Wonder Man's combat control gives him the advantage in close-range encounters. Sentry's speed often becomes uncontrollable during emotional outbursts, while Wonder Man channels every movement with purpose and stability. When it comes to energy projection, both heroes are living weapons. Wonder Man's ionic energy is steady and renewable. He can emit concentrated energy blasts, manipulate force fields, and even transfer energy to others. His power output can destabilize machines and overload energy systems. Sentry's energy is solar and cosmic, derived from his own molecular structure. He can manipulate matter, project light capable of vaporizing mountains, and even warp reality in short bursts. But again, this comes at a cost. His emotions dictate his power. If his mind fractures, his control shatters. In summary, Sentry is faster and more explosive, with near-light speed movement. Wonder Man is more precise and tactical, controlling his power with perfect discipline. One burns too hot. The other burns forever. The mind and willpower, who breaks first? In a battle of gods, the body matters less than the mind. And here lies the true difference between these two giants. Wonder Man's strength doesn't come from rage or arrogance, it comes from resilience. He's faced loss, death, and rebirth countless times, yet his will remains unbroken. His emotional intelligence is his secret weapon, the calm center of an infinite storm. Simon Williams understands the value of restraint. His control over his ionic energy mirrors his control over his emotions. He doesn't fight to destroy. He fights to endure, to protect. Sentry, on the other hand, is power trapped in a fragile mind. His eternal battle with the void makes him unpredictable. He can save the universe one moment and tear it apart the next. His strength, speed, and cosmic energy are unmatched, but his greatest enemy lies inside his head. In a fight between the two, the true test wouldn't be who hits harder, it would be who stays mentally intact longer. Wonder Man's emotional stability would become a weapon. He'd exploit Sentry's guilt, doubt, and fear, pushing Reynolds toward the breaking point. And once the void begins to whisper, even the golden guardian of good would start to crumble. This isn't just a battle of fists, it's a battle of willpower. Wonder Man's resolve makes him unshakable. Sentry's instability makes him unpredictable. And in war, unpredictability is dangerous, but instability is fatal. Final outcome: who is stronger, faster, and more powerful? When the dust settles and the light fades, who truly stands victorious? In raw strength, Sentry holds the upper hand. In speed, he's faster than almost any hero alive. But in control, endurance, and mental resilience, Wonder Man reigns supreme. Sentry burns brighter, but Wonder Man burns longer. Sentry could destroy a world, but Wonder Man could outlast him. If the battle were pure destruction, Sentry would win through sheer force. But if it's a test of mind, control, and endurance, Wonder Man would endure until Sentry breaks himself. In the end, Sentry may shine like the sun, but Wonder Man is the eternal energy that never fades. Final verdict. Strength, Sentry. Speed, Sentry. Control, Wonder Man. Mental fortitude, Wonder Man. Winner, Wonder Man, by resilience and stability. Because in the Marvel Universe, the most powerful being isn't the one who shines brightest. It's the one who never burns out. Check out my other videos for more epic character crossovers and battles. Thanks for watching, and stay happy and healthy.